mention is my sunscreen. It took me a while to find a sunscreen that fits my skin type. I have sensitive, oily, acne-prone skin. I'm actually breaking out today as we speak, all over my chin area, my cheeks. That's usually where I break out the most. So it's kind of hard to find skincare that doesn't cause me to break out more, especially when my skin is already going through it on its own. So these two sunscreens have helped me out so much throughout the summer and also every day. I have it on right now. You can't even tell. It works so well with my skin type and my skin tone. There's no like residue, leftover residue. I will say with the regular sunscreen, I think it's from 𝐋𝐢𝐬𝐬. That's my base sunscreen, and then 2 hours after I apply the sun stick. But that base one does leave like a dewy finish, but when I go in with the sun stick, it makes it look very matte. But there's no white cast or anything like that. It just works so well with my skin type. And also I love the fact that it's budget friendly. So I want to say back in like June I started wearing both of these, and I've only had to repurchase them twice. So I think the sun stick is like $10, and then my actual like the base sunscreen, that's around like maybe $8, something like that. They're always on sale. There's always coupons. So I'm saving a lot of money. They're vegan, cruelty-free, and they're great for acne-prone, oily skin. My freezer containers are something that has changed my life when it comes to things not going bad fast. So I used to keep things in bags and just tie them up and just use them that way. But over time, things were getting freezer burnt, and I noticed that I was wasting a lot more food than usual. And also, you tend to lose more space with having a bunch of bags everywhere. So I decided to do my research. I came across these freezer containers. You can also use them in the fridge. They're dishwasher friendly, they're stain proof, they're odor proof. They just work so well. I have so many of them because when I did purchase them, they were like $8 each. And again, you guys, they save a ton of space. So they are big, but I can fit like 3 to 4 bags of frozen green beans in one, 3 to 4 bags of frozen broccoli in one. So it does save a lot of space, and you can stack them on top of each other. I feel like this is the one product that I'm never going to stop talking about, and that's our bidet. It was $30 on Amazon. It was super cheap, and I'm so happy and grateful that we have one because I'm saving so much money, or we're saving so much money in toilet paper. And also, I will say that our hygiene routine just seems a lot better now with a bidet. I know this is a little TMI, but hear me out. When it came to using toilet paper, you're literally like smearing all of that poop like all over your booty. And now all I use toilet paper for, like I'll use a little bit of toilet paper to dry when I'm done using the bidet. It is a game changer. It saves a lot of time as well. And this is something where I'm never going back to just wiping my booty with just toilet paper. I think when it comes to kitchen gadgets, my favorite one that I purchased this year was the garlic presser. I absolutely love garlic, and I love fresh garlic. I know you can purchase pressed garlic in a jar, but I just like to do it myself. And that little gadget that I purchased, it was like $5. And it was worth it. I never thought in a million years that I would own a gadget that just does that one thing, but it was worth it. And it's one of my favorite gadgets. Like I swear I use it maybe 4 to 5 times a week. It's just super easy to like clean. All you have to do is like when you're done like squeezing the garlic clove, you just open it, throw the skin out, and then you can put it in the dishwasher. Talk about simple. I've also talked your ears off about these storage containers. I have them in my closet and under my sink. I just love the sleek look to them, the all black look. You don't see what's inside. Well, you can't see what's inside of them. I love that. I feel like it looks a lot neater. I'm not a fan of the see-through acrylic drawers. I feel like everybody's obsessed with those. And all I see is like a mess because you can see everything in them. And I just prefer my black little organizing drawers. They also have them in white if that's your thing too, but I do like black a lot because I find it very elegant and sleek looking. And I just think it goes so well with any space. Even when we move, I feel like it'll go well in any closet, and especially under the sink. It just works so well with like small spaces, big spaces, and you can also stack them up with each other, so you can kind of keep building, I guess. Another thing that I found out this year was that I wanted a mirror light to help me do my eyebrows, but then I realized that the mirror lights were just too expensive and some of them didn't really last long, so I ended up just purchasing a regular little mirror from Target, and I'm in love. I think I purchased it, I think it was like in the summertime, the end of summer, and it was like 20 bucks and it was worth every penny. If I do need a light, I will just like rest my phone on like the mirror and then I can just use a light that way. So I can definitely see this mirror lasting me a long time because it's just a simple mirror and very classic. Again, it goes with any room, any style. It's just one of those timeless pieces. I did redo the closet. I've talked about it in a video. Those baskets hold so much. So the bottom basket has like all of our extra stuff like toothbrushes, lint roller, sticky things, anything that we use constantly. I always have a backup of, including like my sunscreen and stuff like that. So that bin, it's just easy to just open the lid, get what you need if something runs out, and that's it. And the one up top is mostly like miscellaneous items that we go for every now and then. So yeah, anyways, there's just a lot of miscellaneous items in there, and that's why it's on top, because we just don't go to it that often, but it still looks very sleek looking, neat, and I love how big and sturdy these seagrass baskets are. And the best thing about them, the quality is great, and I only paid $12 each, which I think that's a huge steal. Compared to when we first moved into this apartment in 2021, the baskets that are in my closet, the lighter seagrass baskets, I paid like $40 each for those. So I think they're getting a lot cheaper, and they're also better in quality. I did end up purchasing Milo a new water fountain because the one that he initially had, the motor broke and there was no way of replacing the motor. I ended up like contacting the seller and no help. So I decided to purchase him a new water fountain, and it works so well. And the brand that I went with, I made sure I went with a brand where I can replace the water pump. So in case it goes, I can just replace it. So I think it's like $15 to replace the pump if it dies. Like these pumps don't last forever. I think they last about a year and a half or less. So it's nice that I have that option this time to change the pump out. And I do feel like this particular water fountain setup works a lot better for Milo. He seems to be drinking a lot more water than before, which I'm happy about because he was always dehydrated and he just wasn't drinking as much water as he's supposed to. So ever since we switched over to this water fountain, he drinks far much more water than I've ever seen him drink. And I'm not sure if it's because this particular water fountain is higher, or if he likes the way the fountain is more. I don't know what it is, but he loves it, and it was budget friendly. And like I said, you can replace the pump, which that's like the main reason why I went with this brand. The last little cat item that I ended up purchasing and doing a lot of research on it as well is Milo's brush. I think I paid like 10 bucks for it. I love that it has a button to release the fur when you're done. I brush Milo twice a week, try to keep up with his shedding, and it has helped out a lot when it comes to hairballs. So try to brush your cat at least twice a week, whether it's this brush or a different brush. I find that this brush is a lot easier to use and easier to clean. That's why I purchased it. And also, this is like the only brush Milo likes. Like, I've gone through so many cat brushes and this is his favorite one. Like, the minute I say, do you want to get brushed, he comes running and just lays down and sprawls out for me to brush his belly, his back, his head. He also does this so I can brush like his neck area. It is the cutest thing ever. And again, it was worth the $10. So if you guys have a cat, or even if you have a dog, this will work great for them as well. When it comes to music, this year I noticed that I listened to a lot of trip hop, so a lot of Portishead, a lot of Bjork, a lot of telepop music. And I will say trip hop does relax me a lot, and it reminds me of like my high school years, because that's what I used to listen to while studying. Another thing that I've been listening to a lot more of is lo-fi. When I'm cleaning the house, I'll listen to lo-fi, or I'll listen to my French playlists. I love French music as well. I am revamping my Spotify. I have deleted quite a few playlists, and I just want to like start over, because the music that I'm listening to now is just so different from like back then. My taste is changing with clothes and music, and I just find myself listening to a lot more like subtle music. Of course, every day is different, but I find me like gravitating more towards like relaxing music instead of back then I used to listen to a lot more rock, heavy metal, a lot of hip hop, and now well, with this year I'm noticing I like to listen to relaxing music a lot more. I don't know if it's just me trying to like calm myself down, because it has been a very stressful year, but I am enjoying updating my playlists. So that's been one of my like key things this year, is finding new music and finding like a new style of music, I should say. This show is phenomenal. I've talked about it before. It's a comedy / mystery. I love it. It has Selena Gomez, Steve Martin. It's just hilarious. And I will say that the mysteries are so hard to solve. I could not solve not one. And I think in like the fall time, season 3 ended. So I'm hoping that there's a season 4 either next fall or this summer. Fingers crossed. I feel like every show that I end up getting into or that I love ends up getting canceled. So I have my fingers crossed that there's a season 4. If you haven't watched Only Murders in the Building, it is on Hulu. It's a phenomenal show, and it is just for adults. There's a lot of swearing, so it's not for kids. But for those of you that like mystery and a little bit of comedy, you're gonna love this. Any Hallmark mystery show / movie I've been watching, I think I'm more of a Hallmark kind of gal now instead of Lifetime. Don't get me wrong, I grew up with Lifetime. Like watching Lifetime movies remind me of my mom and the time that we spent together when we used to live together. I lived with my mom until I was 26 and a half years old. So we spent a lot of time together, and we watched a lot of Lifetime movies. And I will say lately, especially like this year, I have been loving Hallmark mysteries. So I've been watching Aurora Teagarden on repeat. I've been watching, what is the other one? I think it's Mystery 101. I'll put some pictures here because I cannot remember all the names to save my life. But I like how classy and elegant Hallmark makes their mystery / crime shows and movies. I feel like it doesn't make me feel very negative. It makes me, I don't know, it kind of brings me some comfort. And again, it is sad that Aurora Teagarden got canceled. Good Witch got canceled. So many good shows got canceled. I have watched the new episode of the younger Aurora Teagarden. It's completely different than the main one. It's good, but I do like the original, unfortunately. And there is no more original. And this is what I'm saying about things getting canceled that I love. And that's why, or the main reason why, I watch repeats of the same episode over and over again, because it's like a comfort thing. This was brilliant. It was funny. And it just gave you a different take on a mystery / thriller show. And it is on Peacock. It's a Peacock original. It was very different, and I liked it, and so did my partner. My partner doesn't really tend to like gravitate towards stuff like this, but we both enjoyed watching it. It left you on a cliffhanger. Anyways, you guys, those are my end of the year favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will have links provided down below for any product that I mention. On that note, let me know down below if you would like more videos like this, and I will catch you in the next video.